Hey. How y'all doing? How my love bugs doing? We about to sow some seeds, honey. So we can have a good harvest. What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hi, Gail. This for my gardening girls. Cause y'all been on me. Mid-season. You taught us how to hug a tree. You the one taught us how to plant it. Okay, here I am. That's right, Gail. You were first. Here I am. I'm here. Live and in color. And I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all choose. We're gonna plant some tomatoes because I'm not gonna do this all day. But I already prepped this soil, but I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna show you guys how what I did to prep it for the indoor garden. So this is for the indoor garden, and we're gonna start with some tomatoes, and I think maybe I'll do like some spinach, like a few greens, because we're still gonna have some cool weather until probably like May. Maybe like some bok choy, some bib lettuce. I'm gonna do some kale. Let those right there. So let me see, what's my favorite? I think this more bok choy. No, this is Swiss chard. That's what that is. Little Gem. I love this. This is my favorite lettuce. The Burpee. Well, that's the brand, but it's so soft. It almost feels like velvet. So this is my favorite. Mescaline. Let's see. Oh, that's the same one. So I got a couple packages. This salad bowl. I'm gonna do some bok choy. I like bok choy. So let's see, and maybe some colored Swiss chard. And we're gonna do some Brussels sprouts for certain. I didn't do Brussels sprouts last year, but this year I am. Because they actually last throughout the winter. Even through all the frost, I didn't cover them. And then by spring, I had some really, really nice Brussels sprouts. But they just take so long to grow. So right now I'm just planting tomatoes, eggplant, and peppers. That's what you should start with first. And give yourself about a 8 to 12 week head start indoors before you take them outdoors. So you're gonna start indoors under the lights. And it's time. I would plant some eggplant, which is my favorite because I eat eggplant just about every day in the summer, but I don't have any eggplant, so I got to get some tomorrow. But let's see. So let's see what peppers we got. So we got these habanero. Those your favorite. Brussels sprouts, mine too. So we're going to do habanero peppers. We're going to do jalapeno peppers. Oh, these are tomatoes. We're gonna do brandywine. And let me see. I think I'm gonna plant this watermelon early too. Look at this. I ordered these last year from Baker's Creek, but it's the the yellow watermelon. So I'm gonna put that right there because I'm definitely gonna do those. So y'all ready to start gardening? Y'all ready to? Thank you, Grace. Thank you for the stars, hun. This is another one. I got these from Baker Creek. I ordered these. So this is watermelon as well. This is another favorite. This is my honeycomb, the tomatoes. I love these orange ones. They're kind of like cherry tomatoes, but they're orange and they're a little bit sweet. Hi, Jacqueline. So let's see what else we got in the goodie bag. And keep in mind, y'all, I haven't bought any seeds this year. Everything you see here is seeds I had from last year. So I haven't bought anything as of yet. But I do have to make my store run. And I like to make sure what I have and what I don't have. So we got some beefsteak. We're definitely gonna do the beefsteak tomatoes. We're gonna do the Roma for certain. And we're gonna do some of the cherry. Oh, did y'all see that? I think it was out of the camera. So this is Roma. And we're gonna do beefsteak for certain. Now, let me show y'all this. I didn't buy these. These were from last year. Like, if I find something that's unique in the nurseries or like Home Depot or somewhere, I keep these. So I just keep them. I clean them. Like, I cleaned them before I got on, and then I always reuse them. But you can use anything. So don't think that you have to go out and make everything fancy. These cards here, I always get these from like Home Depot. When they're done with them, I'll ask them, can I have them? So I get them for free. Or Ace Home Garden, but I'm gonna plug Home Depot. Because they never give me any trouble. And I'm gonna show you these too. So this is the sales. So it's 6 in each one. 6, so 6 times 6 is 36. So I can plant 36 plants in here. And I like these because they have the holes in the bottom. And I can either take another big bin that I have and fill it with water. Because once your seedlings start to grow, you don't want to water them from the top. You want to set them down in like a container. And I have another bin that's actually kind of flat. So imagine this. Imagine this being bigger. And then you just submerge it in there, and then you pull it out. And when you pull it out, all the water is just going to drain out. So you don't have to worry about, watering on top, because sometimes that can cause mildew. Hi, Donna. How you doing? How you doing? Let me see if I'm going to miss something. I got to do it on this phone so it can make more sense to me. So anybody got any questions? Thank you for sharing, Donna. Any questions? So what y'all want to see, okay? So also we're going to, some arugula. I got arugula. And these were some I had from last year too. I'm going to do some red onions. And I did see some regular onions. So we're going to do these. Okay? Hold on. Okay, I had to mute y'all for a minute. You wish you wasn't afraid of spiders. You love to do gardening. Spiders? Honey, I'll be seeing snakes and everything. Yeah, I'll be seeing everything. And let me tell y'all what. So last year, I planted some lettuce. I planted maybe like 6 different varieties. And every day I would go out there, they would be gone. So rabbits were eating them. I don't know how, well, they can jump the fence, huh? Yeah, they can jump the fence. I wasn't really thinking about that. Rabbits, they could jump high. So my whole backyard is fenced in. And what I need to do is I'm probably going to put them in one of my taller raised garden beds, and hopefully they don't eat them. But the rabbits eat them. So I'll probably have to spray. There's this spray you can spray outside. It's real stinky. I don't like to use it on the grass because it doesn't smell good. You start next weekend? Okay. Normally I start in January, but I made a promise I wasn't going to do that this year because they grow so big in the house, and then I just normally start too soon. So yeah, get them started. Even if you start with 3, your tomatoes, eggplant, and peppers. Yes, Miss Season, get back to planting gardening. You love to see me too, girl. I'll be doing it, but just come to live sometimes. Y'all know it's a process. And sometimes I can do it easy. See, I would have been done with this by now, but I'm talking. Okay, so we're going to use these for the tomatoes, the peppers, and eggplants. So I'll plant a few in here, but I'm going to let y'all see how I just I almost forgot one thing. That's my son, y'all. He goes to bed early. So this is perlite. I like to take a little bit of this and add it into my soil because it helps with drainage better. So that way water is not kind of pooling or sitting on top of the dirt, and it helps it to drain. So just, you see here, improves drainage and aeration. So I'll let y'all see what it looks like. Oh, I got a little cup in here, which is good because it's kind of powdery, but this is what it looks like. So it's dusty, but I'm gonna put it in here. Y'all can see, yeah, y'all can see that. So I'm just gonna put it in there. And I don't want much in there. I probably should have put something on my hair. Yeah, I really should have done that. So I'm just gonna mix it in. You don't need a whole lot because it's just helping with drainage. And sometimes if you don't get good drainage, what happens is on the top of your dirt, you'll start to see some mold. But if you do see mold, once you plant everything, just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on it. And cinnamon actually kills the mold. So let me see, am I missing anybody? Hey, Sharon, hee hee ha ha. You don't like gardening, but you love the garden. Me too. You know what? I love gardening. And it's so relaxing. And I'm going to be, like, that's my time during the spring. Or if I didn't plant this past fall. But that's my time to myself. I go out there, I talk to God. I sit, you know, because I have 2 huge 8x5 garden beds. They're stone. I don't know why my son keeps coming down here. So I have 2 huge ones, and I always like to plant in those first. And 8x5, so those are new. But anyhow, let's get started, y'all. And you guys don't mind the trolls, okay? Because we're not here to worry about them. And we just gonna block them, okay? That's what we gonna do. As a matter of fact, we're gonna ban them. So there you go. So the least little thing you say, you just gonna get banned because I don't have time for it. You always wanted to, you actually gonna try this year? Okay, great. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna start with the beef steak. Oh, I forgot to fill. So we're gonna do the, no. Now what did we do with the beef steak? Oh, there they go. So this is the beef steak tomatoes. And they come out so juicy. Now beef steak is, that's the tomato that I love to use on hamburgers and things. They're kind of meaty, they're thick. So I'm always gonna do these. And I always plant Roma tomatoes because just about every day I cut up avocado and tomatoes together. And I eat avocado and tomato salad just about every day. And I sprinkle feta cheese on it and I use Italian dressing. And the reason why I love those 2 combinations because tomatoes and avocado together have really good cancer fighting properties, okay? All right, so here we go. So here's the cup. And we're gonna mix it just a little bit. Now I've already sanitized this soil. So I took some hot water, poured it over the soil, and then I put the top over it for about 30 minutes. That way you don't have any bugs or anything that can kill your seedlings because your seedlings are they're very delicate. And anything that's in the soil, you know, I mean, just from it being packaged from the stores, then what happens is it can kill your seedlings. So I'm gonna take this cup. No, you didn't get in trouble. Hi, Renee. So we're just gonna put it in here. Y'all can see. And I'm gonna do this kind of quick. And you tamp it down with each little layer. And as you can see, that. So it's 10 of these. So I'll fill all 10 of those. But we're going to do some of our herbs too. So my herbs and spinach and onions will go in the smaller ones. My tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers always go in these. Okay, so let's hope we don't make a mess, but if we do, and see in each one, you're just gonna tamp it down in the cell. And it doesn't matter that the dirt is going everywhere because it's right here. And y'all will get to see how to plant these in there. Thank you for what? Big J Money. Nah, you good. I mean, I ain't tripping. Honestly, I just don't have time. I don't have time for the foolishness. I don't. And y'all know me. Y'all know I will pop off. I'm not one of the ones that, you know, I'm not one of them ones you come in and just say anything to and you gonna have me I pops off mid-season. I pop off with the Bible on you too. So nah, don't try me. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bit more full. I know I'm gonna have to mop my kitchen tonight because that's always okay. So this is how it's gonna look. So you don't want to pack it down. Don't press it too hard when you put it in. You're just tamping it down in there. So on the top here too. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna put what did I say we were gonna put in these? I really want to put some, let's see, I really want to put some herbs in there, like my basil and, oh, here's my marigolds. I just have this little thing. Actually, this was a fruit tray from one of the grocery stores. Every holiday I order fruit, you know, a fruit tray, so I always keep these, well, one or two, not all of them. So let's see. Okay, we're just gonna do the tomatoes. And you don't need very many. So, see how small those seeds are? And you only need about, I like to put 3 in each. They're small, but I like to put 3 in there. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, y'all, that's more than 3. But I'm gonna let y'all see it. And you know what? Y'all see those little seeds in there? I'm gonna take some out because every year I have way too many tomatoes. I end up, so as you can see, you're just gonna press it down just a little bit under the soil and cover it. Press it down and cover it. You don't want to push it all the way down in there. Don't do that because if you push it too far down, that means it has that much longer. It's gonna take that much longer for it to grow and for it to break the top of the soil. So you're just gonna press it down a little bit in there. And I like to put 3 or 4 in each. Some people only do 2. They'll say, okay, if one seedling dies, if it doesn't make it, then they have 1 more. But I like to put about 3 or 4 because you can always separate them. And then that way, I set mine, I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people just put theirs right in the center. I don't like to do that because when you put them together that way, then you have to try to separate them. Once they grow out, you try to separate them and then you can actually break the stem or you can break the root system, and I don't like to do that. So if you put them like 1, 2, 3, 4, you're good. And sometimes if I'm not sure if it's the perlite or the soil, I'll put just a little bit more on top, just so I can make sure. Okay? So that's how that looks. So all of them will be done that way. So Now let me add these. I'm gonna go ahead and put more in here because I want to show you guys how to sanitize the soil, and I have another bag. So I'm gonna make sure we get rid of the rest of the soil that's in here. We're gonna fill these containers really fast. So y'all have any questions? That was your question till you push it down. Don't push it too far down. You don't want to push it too far down because then it takes way too long for the root system to grow and to push through the top of the soil. Yes, a lot of people do that, and when you do that, it takes forever. And you'll be like, why my seedlings haven't, broke the soil yet? You just push them right below the soil. Okay, let me see if I have my little, oh, I did. Okay, so I have some of these. These came from last year. None of this stuff is new that I bought. Let's see what's in this drawer. Because I do need my marker. But we already know that this was the beefsteak tomatoes. So I'm just going to put that in here for now. Because I don't want to get it mixed up with this one. At least I know that this is the one I already put the seeds in. So I'm not gonna do every one of them, but I just want you guys to see how to sanitize the soil. Okay. And I'm gonna plant all these tonight because I don't want to deal with them tomorrow. Just tamp it down. Y'all have any questions? What's the best soil, seed soil? Let me show you what I use. I got this one. I like to use the Miracle-Gro. See, but it has to be the seed starting soil. And it's going to say potting mix on it. Because this is the softest. It's real fluffy and soft. So Miracle-Gro. This is the one I like to use. And then Jiffy has a brand as well. It's in a yellow bag. I use that one as well. So did you see it, Diamond? Yeah, okay. So let's see. Y'all got any questions? Yeah, it is therapy. And when I don't plant, well, I haven't. Since 2020, every spring I've had a summer garden. But this past year was the only year that I did not do a fall garden. So yeah, I mean, I would know. I like gardening more than I like cooking. So I would know. You did? You screenshot it? Okay. And then this will still be up as well. Oh, you know what? I do see some eggplant down there that I ordered. It's an heirloom that I bought from this one company last year. But I thought I used all of those. So I'm putting these in my tray. Y'all can see this. Like I said, tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers are going in there. Okay, so let's see what we got in here. Now, I bought these last year. I planted these. They're Thai purple ribbed. Let's see if anything is in here. These are eggplants. I think it's only 2 seeds in here. But we might use that. So don't worry. But yeah, so any of these things, if you want to see if they have them at, you can buy them too. I mean, and these cups, I have one on my Amazon store. If I don't have it, I probably need to add them. You can buy probably like 50 of these. They're brown and they're about the same size, maybe less than $20. Make some watermelon. I did, last year I did some watermelon, and when they grew, that's where the snake was. So I went out there with the hoe. And I always go out there with the portion where I can the pole where I can pull the leaves back. So the snake was back there, and my lawn guy happened to be here, and I told him to kill the snake. And he told me, no, he just let the snake go. So I didn't like that. Nonetheless, he wanted to let the snake go. Yes, he was thinking that. So we don't have much more left in here. I guess he was thinking the snake is not going to really, it's a garden snake. But I don't care what kind of snake it is. I ain't got time for them snakes. How y'all doing that's coming in? We're sowing seeds so we can reap a good harvest. Sow a good seed, reap a good harvest. Let me see if I missed any of y'all questions. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Roma and beefsteak. Oh, and I have some brandy wine. I may do these. But I definitely have to get some cherry tomatoes if I don't have any, because I love cherry tomatoes. I like to go out during the summer and I eat them straight off the vine because they're so little. All of the, even the orange ones I showed you guys earlier, I go out there and eat them. I'll eat raw okra. So certain things I do like to, my tomatoes, I'll probably plant maybe 4 or 5 different varieties. So I'm just trying to see if y'all have any questions that I missed. I don't think I did. And if I miss any of you guys' questions, I will come back in the comments and answer them. Okay, so let's see how many. Y'all think we should do 2? We should do 2 cups of each? I think so. I think we should do 2 beefsteak, 2 Roma, and 2 brandy wine. What y'all think? Probably not, huh? We'll do the peppers now. So these are jalapeno mild. I always like to, I cook a lot with peppers. So I'm gonna put 4. Forget it, I'm gonna put 4 in there. But I do the regular jalapeno and the mammoth. They have some really big ones. So when I go to the store probably tomorrow, I'll see if the mammoth ones are there. And those I like to do the bacon wrap. So y'all see the little seeds? We just gonna, let me be more strategic in putting them in here. Because the last time so see that little seed and just push it in there. And then just cover it with your soil. That's the second one. I'm gonna have to wonder if it's perlite on this one, but push it down in there, cover it with the soil. And you guys get started. Get started soon because you have a good 8 weeks before the first frost. Now, these seedlings can stay indoor under your light. And how you know when it's time to take them out and plant them, to transplant them into your garden, is after your first frost date. Now, my first frost date, I'm thinking it may be around April 12th, but you can Google what's your first, your last frost date. And it'll have you put in your zip code. And once you put in your zip code, that's how you know that it's time you can start taking them out. But this is what I do. Because I notice every time, so say for instance, if my frost date, my last frost date, that means the last day you're going to have cold weather, the last day the ground is going to be cold, you know, deep down in the soil, everything is thawed out, you can take it out. But I noticed that if I have my last frost date, what happens is I'll go out and plant. I've done that before, and then maybe a couple days later, we'll have cold weather. And it has actually damaged my crops. So what I do, say for instance, if my last frost date is April 12th, I won't take them out April 12th. I'll wait a whole week before I plant them out there, because that happens every single time. I'll think that the dirt, the soil, I think it's thawed, and I think we're not going to have cold weather. And then y'all know we have that Easter snap. Y'all know that Easter snap, when that cold weather pop back again, we be expecting it to be gone. So this is the jalapeno. I'm going to put it back here so I can know exactly where. So what if you don't have a backyard? Can you build a box? You can do container gardening. I do container garden, container planting as well. Hi, Tonette. I have about maybe 8 to 10 planters out there. They may be about 15. Some of them are 15 gallon and some are 20 gallon. So if you don't have a backyard, you can put them on your porch and use containers. So you don't necessarily have to have a box. You know, you don't necessarily have to have that. And if you don't have a box, that's fine. I mean, even if you use, say for instance, if you use something like this, if you're just like, okay, well, you know, if you don't want to go out and buy a lot of things, as long as you drill holes in the bottom, you can use just about anything as a gardening container. That happened to you? Yep. So wait. So you Google your last frost date, put in your zip code where you are, and wait a whole week after. That happens every single time if I do that. So we're not going to plant that early. Okay, so y'all see this is empty. And I want you guys to see what I'm going to do with this soil. So this is the soil that I showed you guys. Let me get a knife. Okay, so we're going to pour the soil in here. And you're going to see how I sanitize the soil. So we're just going to pour all of it in here. And I'm going to let y'all see how fluffy it is. I can't wait. See, it looks almost like, you see how soft it is? It looks almost like soil that you put in house plants. So it's kind of like a potting soil. I thought that was considered a container. This right here, no, this is just a bin. You know, I've had this for a long time, and you know, but you can use it. You can use anything as long as you drill some holes in it. Even if you use the egg carton, as long as you punch a few holes in the bottom, you're good. So we have this in here, and I already boiled the water, so I'm prepared. Let's see. So y'all see the water is hot. You know what? Let me pull this to me a little bit closer, and I'll put all of my things here. So any dirt that actually got on them, I'm just gonna shake it off in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Put this onion, because I got these red onions. I'm gonna put those in here. So oh, I got some iceberg lettuce too. I'm gonna do some of those. And I'm gonna pull this to the end because I ain't got time to be getting burned, okay? So this is the hot water, and you're just gonna pour it in here. So any type of dust mites, anything that's in there, I'm not gonna pour all of it, so pour it. So let's see. With our little, let's see how it is. I might need to add some more water. As a matter of fact, I think I want to heat this water up just a little bit hotter because I want to see a little more steam. But you guys get the picture, so I'm going to show you what I put on top. So once I pour the hot steaming water in here, more steps. But this is just to kill like any dust mites, anything that you don't want to kill your seedlings. But I like to do that. You don't have to. Everybody don't do that, but I sanitize my soil. So we're just going to use this top for just demonstration because this one doesn't go on top of here. But then you cover it and just let it sit for maybe about, I'd say about an hour. And that way the steam stays in here and you're able to get your soil sanitized. So just a little demonstration. Okay. So I'm going to stir this some more. I'm going to put some more water in here. You see, it does have some steam, but I need more water. And the ones I did the bin that I made yesterday, I actually poured too much water in it, and I end up having to take it outside in the sun to let it dry some. I love this. You should do more of these lives once they start growing. Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more lives, and I'll take you guys through the steps, through the process. So I'll let you guys see. We'll do checkups on them. Maybe, you know, well, the lettuce will grow fast. So that kind of stuff, I'll do checkups on those, you know. Maybe once a week, I'll do one for gardening. What kind of texture should you expect the water to be? Kind of crumbly, you know. You know how brownie mix is? Once you've been like brown, kind of like, you see how crumbly that is? Like that. It's just a little bit. I'm gonna put just a little bit more in there. But I want it to be hot. So please do more. Yes, I will. I'm definitely gonna do more. I'm gonna let y'all see some other stuff. So look at this glass corn. So these are called heirloom seeds. Have y'all ever seen corn like this? That's neat, huh? I planted some last year, and it does come out looking just like this. And it's called glass corn. So if you guys want to purchase some seeds, go to Baker Creek. Just Google Baker Creek. But yeah, these were good. So I do like to order some things that are not just typical. So this summer squash, I'm not going to plant squash just yet because squash grows kind of fast. I'd have some of these. I like to do the sugar. I'm going to do some of these now because I like to eat these also as soon as they grow. And they grow pretty fast. So we're going to actually plant some of these in here. So we'll put one. That one is green. I'm not going to use that one because I don't know. 2, 3. We're going to fill this whole tray with these, and we're going to put, why not put 4? What the heck? We're going to put 4 in each one. Because you know what? I had these from last year, and I want to go ahead and use these seeds. And I want to have enough of these because they're so sweet. You guys like those, the sugar pods? They're sweet, and you can eat them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just gonna fill this whole cell with these because I like these. This is a good one. And if you find some spacing in between your dirt, just tamp it a little bit more because you want it to connect. That one is cracked, so I'm not gonna plant that one. And in this way, if one of the seedlings don't make it or 2 of them don't make it, at least we got backups. So you got to kind of have a plan A, B, C. Definitely got my attention. My man said I ain't giving him no attention. Tell your man, girl, that you trying to be feeding him these good vegetables this summer. So, yeah, I'm going to use all these. I'd rather just use them and be done. So 2, 3, and I'll let y'all see how far. And if you accidentally push it down too far, then you can pull it back up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, see how that soil right there? I'm gonna put just a little bit more because when I press down on it, the soil actually dipped, and I don't like that because it needs to be touching. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 4 in there. And I hear my water is boiling. So let me show this cell to you guys so you can see it. So y'all see how far I pushed them? I'll probably push it down a little bit more. Because sometimes if you don't push it down just enough though, you'll start to see them peek above the soil. Okay, and these were just my cups. Remember, I hadn't planted anything in these yet, so I'm going to just put a little bit on top. Just a little bit. Because these cells are small, So I don't have to worry about, you know, flaking it over. So it's like that. Okay. So, and I'm going to show you guys how to water this. Now, I have a watering can, but for demonstration purposes. But I do use this a lot in my kitchen for my indoor garden because it works perfect. Okay. Health is wealth, good eating. Hi, Lashana. Let me make sure. Okay. So, I love this. When I redid my kitchen, oh, y'all can't see. I remodeled my kitchen, or updated it about a couple years ago. And I got this, I love this little sprinkler. So I'm going to turn it down on low. Make sure the water is warm though, not cold. But I just want it to be warm, not hot. I'm planting tomatoes. What else did we say we were planting? We're planting basil, Brussels sprouts. We're going to do some cauliflower too. And let me show you guys, after I get this. Okay. So I'm going to turn the water down really low. Even a little sprinkler. Just enough. It doesn't need to be a lot. So I'm going to tap it till it just kind of drips. So when the first time you water them, you don't have to water a lot. So I like to just take my sprinkler, but imagine you doing this with your watering can, okay? So I just do this, and that's enough. That's enough to get you started, and probably every 2 to 3 days, I'll do that. So you don't need a lot of water. It just needs to be wet on the top. So I want more soil in this tomato one. I'm gonna put a little bit more soil in there, just a bit. So we'll do that again with this one. So just enough. Y'all can see that. And I put a little bit more because it's a bigger cup. And you see how, you can see how the water is even going down in there. But I just need to have my seeds done. Okay? Y'all think y'all can do that? Huh? I think y'all can. I think you can. But get started. Hold on. Let's get the hot water. Yeah, I hope I didn't let it get too hot. Because, let's see. Where is my other mix? Okay, I'll use this. So, the water is hot enough. And I'm just going to, yeah. That's how I like my water to look. I want my water to be steaming. I had turned it off initially because I thought you guys would be able to hear that sound. So once you put it in here, just kind of stir it. Let me turn this some so y'all can see. Yeah, just stir it. Make sure that the hot water gets on all of them. But like I said, you don't have to do this step. I just don't want to take any chances of anything killing my seedlings, because you have to treat your seedlings almost like newborn babies. You know how delicate, a newborn baby is? That's how you're going to be with your seedlings. You're going to do the exact same thing. So let's see. So I'm just mixing it. Okay. I think that's good enough. And remember I said we're going to put this on top. Leave this on top so it can steam for about an hour. But I'm going to put this on the floor so I can have some room, because I don't need this right now. It's going to be steaming. But you guys get the idea. So you are going to need a bin. I'll put the top on it. Okay. How we doing, class? We doing okay? Let me heat my tea up again, because my tea has gotten cold. Any questions? Any questions, class? Just raise your finger. Let me stop playing. Okay, so we already did the peas. And I'm just gonna stick it in this bag. So, what else y'all wanna see? Right. I'm gonna do some of the, you know what? Let me put this here just so I can remember before I put the tag in there. And a tag always goes in so you can remember. I should have a little marker over here so I won't forget, but if not, I can always do it later. Because normally my marker is in this drawer, and somebody was asking me, this made me think about it. Somebody was asking me about squash bugs. They said that the squash bugs killed for the pest. Do I need to mix the cinnamon with the water? No, just if you, I was saying about the cinnamon in case you see a little mold on top. You know how sometimes if you overwater, you may accumulate some mold. And once you start to see the mold, you just take it and do a pinch of cinnamon. And cinnamon will kill the mold. So, let's see. Thank you, Veronica. So, okay. Somebody asked this question. I think, what was her name? I can't remember her name, but I know she joined my gardening group. And she was asking about what do you do for those. So let me see if I have some of what I use. I may not have oh, I do have some. Yay! Okay, so neem. This is what I use for the bugs. Okay, so it's an insecticide, a fungicide, and a miticide. So this is what I use. This is concentrate. So you're gonna mix it with some water, and I always put it in a container. So let me see how much it says. So I think it's like I don't see it on here, but a cup. But what I'll do for my squash, okay, ain't nobody shooting up now. This is what I use actually for. So once I mix this in a spray bottle according to the directions, I'll take the neem. And I spray this neem on my plants too. This stops the bugs from eating up. So it has no pesticide. It has none of it. Neem is an extract oil and it's natural, and you see it's garden safe. So if you're like me and I don't like to put certain, I don't want to call no brands, but this is the only thing I will use on my crops. So I'll stick this down. I'm not going to put it in here now because I haven't mixed it and it's still it's not concentrated. And I'll just pull the needle up. Once I do that, and I'm just doing this as a demonstration. And say, for instance, this is the stem. Say the stem is down in the ground and this is your squash plant. I'll take the needle, and very small needle, and squeeze it down in the stem. So when the squash bugs, they try to come in from the bottom, and they try to eat your plants, use your neem oil, take your needle, and just put it in the stem. And around the base of the plant, once it starts to grow and you see it pop above the soil, take some aluminum foil and wrap it around the base of the plant. And that stops the squash bugs. Yes. So if you missed it, I'll leave this video up and then you can go back and take a look at it. But yes, so squash plants exclusively. I remember one year I may have planted 15 squash plants, and every last plant was damaged. The squash bugs, they just took over. So I made it a vow that I learned exactly what I needed to do to keep them away from my crops. So that's what you do. But the neem oil, this is what you get, and it's good for the bugs, like the bumblebees. This won't run the bumblebees off. It won't do any of that. Now, if you water early in the morning or later in the evening, most times, because I'm not an early person. Like some people get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and, you know, water. But I'll plant in the evening, but in the morning time is the best time. So bumblebees, you know, they're not going to be out there. So I love my bumblebees. I even plant sunflowers for them because we want the bees. And one of my neighbors has a bee farm. So I get a lot of his bees that actually come over and they pollinate. So that's what the bees do. You know, they go from plant to plant and they get the pollen on their little legs and wings. And then they'll go to, you know, all the different plants and they pollinate. So bees, we love bees around here and we keep them. So let's see, what else? I don't want to take y'all too fast. Well, we'll use this later. I use this for like with the caterpillars. You know, I mix this in a container, in a spray bottle. Containers typically, caterpillars typically like to get on your cabbage, like the cabbage bugs, but I'll use this. So, like I said, it may seem like a lot. I don't want to do too much for you guys. Oh, well, here's a bottle of neem. So you can also get the neem like this. And then you can spray. This one is ready to use. So you don't even have to concentrate this one. The other one is concentrate. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I may have even put concentrate in here. I may have been done with this container. And I may have put the neem in here and mixed it. But it smells good. So you can also get the neem in the ready to spray. So I think that's it for it. Of course, I'm gonna do the rest. Remember, this is the peas. And what else did we say we're gonna plant? This is the tomatoes over here. Oh, I gotta make sure I do my Brussels sprouts because last year I did not. And they're little bitty black seeds, y'all can see. How many Brussels sprout plants do I want? I want about 6 of them. Let me see. I'm going to do some of the lettuce so you guys can see. Okay, let me tamp this down in here. This is the little gem. I told you guys this is my favorite lettuce. It feels like velvet. Please do a gardening book. That will work. Okay, so they're so small, guys. And look, when they're this little, y'all see how small those seeds are? And this is like 2, 4, 6. This is about 10. I like to be a little generous. So I'm just going to put them all in here. I'm just going to sprinkle them. So I'm going to put them in each one. So when they're little like this, for some reason, I always feel I'm not going to get the full effect. So need to do this. Yes. So I'm just going to sprinkle a couple in each one. I'm not going to count these. I mean, I ain't got time to count these little bitty seeds here. I mean, all I know is that I want some lettuce for my salads. That's what I want. Just some lettuce for my salads. And I want it to be a lot. So this, I'm going to show you guys. So because those seeds are so small, I'm not going to worry about, you know, tamping it and trying to push I'm going to take some extra soil because you guys see how small those are. I just want to tamp them. And this is the soil I hadn't used yet. I hadn't planted anything. And I'm just going to go on the top of it. That way I don't have to worry about pushing soil over because they're so small and who got time for that? But yeah, so just make sure you go over the top of them with your soil. Okay? And I think, and I'm gonna water this too. So everything gets watered. And I'll show you my light setup too. So I'll take this just over the top. We don't need to just soak it. We just need enough water that's going to water those seeds. And there you go. Like every 2 to 3 days. So I'm going to put this little gem here when I go find my marker. So what else y'all think we should plant? Y'all want to plant some kale? What kind of soil? Okay, I showed, what did I do with the bag? Okay. I like to use this, the Miracle-Gro seed. It has to be the seed starting soil. Or you can use, Jiffy has a brand as well. It's in a yellow bag. So you'll probably, if you go to Home Depot, you'll see both of those here. I don't know why I keep plugging Home Depot, because I do like the fact that they always have a good selection. And they never complain at the end of the season when I say that I want to keep these, or if I ask them for these trays, they just go ahead and give it to me. So there you go, Home Depot. So we're going to do some kale. Now, I like this kale. This one grows really bushy. This is my favorite. So these are small too. And I'm going to do them the same way. So let me make sure my soil doesn't have any pockets, like any pockets where it can, because everything needs to be. I don't want any loose pockets, so I'm going to tamp it down before I put it in there. Okay, so here we go with the kale. So now I'm just going to put them, just a few. I know y'all going to say that's not just a few, but I want to see some growth. Okay, so that's the kale. Y'all see the little seeds. I know this is going to be a lot. I know it is, but that's okay. When it comes to the lettuce and the kale, things I like, I just go ahead and put as many seeds I want to in those small cells. So I'm doing the same thing, taking some of my free soil, not the ones I already planted, and just putting it on the top. So we're not pushing them down on this one. We're just adding a little soil to cover the top of each cell. See, this just works for me because when they're small like that, I'd rather just top it off. The bag back up so you can take a picture of it. Okay, I will. Let me put a little water. Yeah, but I'm so happy I got this faucet, because this thing saves me a lot of time. I be going so fast, I just go through all of them. And like when my whole tray is done, I just go through the whole thing when I'm rushing, and I just take this and spray it, all of them. And I put it right back where it needs to go. So, let's see. We're going to put one more in here, because keep in mind, our other soil is still sanitizing. Now, this is broccoli. I think I'm going to do I want to do broccoli just yet? I don't know. I don't know about the broccoli. Oh, those are some tomato seeds, the beefsteak. Swiss chard. Let's see. Whatever I'm gonna plant is gonna be over here, because I don't have much soil. Well, I got enough for one plant, so I'll probably make that the Roma tomato on this side. We already did the beefsteak, so let me just put this here on the side so I won't forget when I get ready to label it, so I'll know. I'm not gonna leave it there, but okay, we're not gonna do the iceberg. So I want to do, we did the jalapeno pepper. I wanted to do some basil, because I do use basil a lot. Here's some parsley. I'm definitely going to plant some parsley. That's more kale. So here's some basil. So we could do basil or onions. Oh, and here's some green onions. Oh, it's not much in there. But let's see. So you're supposed to be cooking but can't get off here. Yeah, you can. I'll save it. This live will be saved. So, and guys, please don't forget to label, because if you forget to label, you won't know what it is until it grows. So what y'all think we should do? We should do let's do some bok choy, because we still have a little bit of cool weather and we can have some bok choy in a couple of weeks. So this will be a good one for me to plant, like bok choy, green beans, anything like that. Those grow really, really fast. So let's see. So we're gonna do the bok choy in here. I love bok choy as well. And we're gonna do it the same way. Like I said, I don't have time for these little seeds. I don't have time for playing with them. Sprinkle them on top. Just a few. Y'all don't have to use as many as I do. I thin mine out. If it's too many, when they grow out, I'll separate them. And I'll tell you guys how to separate them. So once they grow out, you'll probably have each seed, you're going to have several stems. So what you just do is separate them, and you can plant each one individually in something different, you know? So it's just going to be more branches, more stems. That's it. So let me see. Like I said, we just going to go on the top. We didn't put nothing in here, did we? No, we didn't. See, I don't want to deal with them little seeds. I'm pushing them down. So this is going to be good. This is a good one, bok choy. I'm going to plant the Brussels sprouts tonight and the cauliflower as well. And, wait, y'all. Did we plant something in here? No, we didn't. Okay. See how quick I almost forgot? And I was gauging it off of how wet the soil is. So no. If not, it'll be some double planning going on. You might burn something bad with time. So when it comes to cooking, doing other things. Oh. So this is the bok choy. Okay. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the little sprinkler. This is my favorite sprinkler. And I turned it on really low because I don't have to do too much on this. And there you go. And see, it's not even dripping through the bottom, so it's not a lot. You just want it to touch your seedlings. So we'll put this in here, and that's for the bok choy. So let's see what dropped on the floor earlier to see if we're gonna, okay, so we definitely gonna do the red onions. So the red onions are gonna go when my other soil finished sanitizing. This is gonna be the red onions. Let's see. I plant the carrots sometimes. This is easy tape carrots. This right here, you can just, like in your garden bed, you can like make a line, and then you could take the whole line of this. I like these too. And you could just lay it down in the soil, but you're gonna make like a little indentation in the soil and lay it down in the soil. See all the seeds in it? This is neat too, it's tape. And you put it down there and then just cover it and water it. So these are all seeds that you see in there. But I like this too. So after the last frost date, I'll probably go out and put this in the soil. And then I'll also come back and do a live and let you guys see how I prep the beds before I plant in them as well. So that was it for those. But yeah, so this stuff here. Cucumbers, not time for cucumbers yet. Cucumbers grow really, really fast. So it's not time for these yet. Let me see what it says on here. For my area, late April. Or if you live in the southern states, kind of like Georgia, if you live in Florida or in California, you can plant these starting in February, anytime between February and June. But where I'm at, late April to July. But that's to go in the ground. So I'll probably start 6 to 8 weeks before indoors, and then take them out and plant them in the garden. Late April. Any questions? Put this back here. That's the basil. And y'all know what else too? I want to teach y'all, let y'all know. These are green onions. And what I've found that the best thing I like to do is when I buy these from the store, okay, you see how the bottom of the bulb is? You guys know when we normally cook, we slice the green onions and we slice them down. And once you slice it, that last little piece left at the bottom, it's kind of like an inch long. You can take that and put it in a cup of water, like put a little bit of water and just stick the root system down in there. I found that I like growing green onions better that way. Take whatever I buy from the grocery store and cut the bottom once I use it. If I'm cooking, that last little, about an inch, I like to take it and I may put about this much water in it. That much, that's all you need. And then I'll sit them down in there and let them grow. Yeah, and I think they grow better that way, these. So the green onions, the shallots, well, some people call them shallots, but they're actually green onions. So that's the best way to grow those, in my opinion. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to do the glass corn too. And I'll do this corn. Corn takes a long time, so I'll be planting this corn tonight as well. I'm going to do both of these. And I'm going to do this glass corn so you guys can see what it looks like. It's so pretty. I was so surprised when I saw how that turned out. Let's see what this is. What we got here. Oh, this is Black Beauty. Came from Baker Creek. These were really, really pretty too. I hope I have some. Oh, I do this eggplant. So I didn't think I had any eggplant. So I'm definitely planting these tonight. But they look more like, no, this is not eggplant. This is tomato. Yeah, this is tomato. But I'm still going to plant this. This is definitely, you see it's black. I was thinking it was another eggplant. So if you want just exotic heirloom type of vegetables, you'll have to go to some companies like this, like Baker Creek. Okay? But I think that is for now. I'm going to be down here for a minute. Don't that look so good? That's the orange. See, just unique types that I like to get from there. And like I was saying, all of these are my watermelons. So I'm going to plant, let y'all see the different varieties of watermelon that I'm going to do this year. Let's see. This is some dill. So that'll be one of the herbs that I do. But keep in mind, celery. I'm going to plant the celery tonight too. So I'll do 6. So keep in mind, each cell has 6. You guys saw that. So this is going to produce 6 plants. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plants. But because I put so many seeds in there, like maybe 4, it's going to have 4 root systems. So 4 stems. Now, as for the lettuce and the bok choy, it's going to have a bunch of them. So I just have to separate them. So anything else, you guys? Now we're gonna do the cauliflower tonight. Hold on, let me wash my hands. So I can check the comments and see if you guys have any questions. And we can talk for a minute. Okay. All right, any questions, y'all? So who all is going to get ready for their spring garden? Let's see who. Did I miss anybody? She said, yeah, you're right. Awesome. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, Mecca. Yeah, I told them we're going to go through the process. So I'm going to try my best. What must be biodegradable, lovely? I'm sorry I missed you. Let's see. You say you shouted. Okay. So if you guys missed something, you can go back. This video will be up and you guys can just rewind. Go back or run it back again. Run it back as many times if you want to. But we are playing in the dirt this year. And we doing it on time. Okay? Which bag? Don't forget the bag. Which bag? I'm going to label all that stuff. You going to get started? So who's encouraged? Did this encourage anybody to get started? I know it may seem like a lot, but I'm going to tell you this. The last couple days I had planned to start my seedlings. Oh, I'm going to show y'all my little light system. I almost forgot about that. I had planned to do it the last couple of days, but once you get started and then, you don't see anything growing yet because it's all new. And once you start to see it grow, then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I planted this. This is something I planted. And then when I tell you, by the time the summer comes, you have so many fruits and vegetables that you're not going to, it's going to almost be mind blowing that you start from something as small as this and you could feed your whole family. During, the time when we had, what was that was going around? Y'all remember. But I planted, that's when I started gardening. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can say this, when it comes to gardening, if somebody told me that I could never garden again, I would be very, very sad. Now, if they told me I could never cook again, that's different. I'd be like, okay, cool, you can cook. But when it comes to gardening, I love it. Miss Susan, you have a wonderful spirit, and you're going to have another beautiful garden made from love. Yes. And then I'm going to show you guys the pear tree that I had planted too, but it died. It's still out there. So I'm going to try to plant something else. But let me see. I want to let you guys see. I'm going to give you an idea of what my little light system looks like. So, okay. Now, I thought I could. Okay, here it goes. So that's my little light system. So y'all saw the trays that we used, okay? So when I finish, I'm going to just place them just like this. And then as they continue to grow, then sometime I'll just attach it here and have them. Because once they start to grow, you're going to have to move your light up some. But while they're still just, in the dirt, the light needs to be really, really close to your plant. So you see just how close it is. So I have a bunch of those. You see, I still have some just hanging over there. So yeah, that was a very important part. I almost forgot. So, and you can use this however you want your light system. Some people use beams, to go across the top, but I know how to just adjust my lights to what I need. So the bag of dirt, you wanted to see it again? Oh, you're talking about the other one that I already, this. So this is the seed starting soil that you got to use. And this is the perlite. And this helps with drainage. So, your plants aren't just sitting there soaking. I like this. It gives good drainage. See, and it helps with soil compaction. It helps the soil from getting so clumped together and getting hard. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. But I will definitely be coming back on. And I promise I'll make sure at least once a week for this. And then I'll be going live, just randomly anyway. So I hope this helped you guys. And we're going to get started. Okay? All right. Well, I love you guys. Y'all have a good and wonderful evening. And y'all say your prayers tonight. And may, if there's anyone on this platform that is sending anything evil to me, or anyone on my platform who is here for the right reasons, or to my family, may it be returned to you. Return to sender 100 times. Okay? So we do that return to sender over here. So if you're here with bad intentions, and if you're here for evil intentions, may it be returned back to you 100-fold. All right? So love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll chat later. Bye.